Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Anarch from Anarch Gaming, and today we're doing a deck tech for none other than Luffy and Ace. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the leader, like I said, is Luffy and Ace, a 6,000 power 4 life leader, because we need more of those. They are green and red, and they say, if you have a character with 7,000 base power or more, give this leader minus 2,000 power. They also say, opponent's turn. All of your Portgas.D.Ace and Monkey.D.Luffy cards gain plus 3,000 power. For any new players that don't understand what that means, no, that does not include your leader. Your leader is Luffy and Ace, not Portgas.D.Ace or Monkey.D.Luffy. But all of your characters with those names do get it. And no, Luffy, Sabo, and Ace, or whatever the order of that card's name is, they do not get the buff. But it is in this deck, because it's a nice 2K. Anyway, now that we've gone over the leader, we've gone over how wording works, let's get into it. First up, we have 4, Nami. Nami is a 1-drop with 2,000 power and 1,000 counter. She says, on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Straw Hat type character or type card other than Nami and add it to your hand. Then place the rest into the bottom of your deck in any order. It's a searcher. What all do you want me to say about it? It's a good searcher. Finds most of the deck. Next up, we have 4 Nami. This Nami does the exact same thing as the other one. Same stats. She's a 1-drop with 2,000 power and 1k counter. And just like the other one on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add a Straw Hat type card to your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Or deck. Sorry, this game's not library. Yeah, she does the exact same thing as the other Nami, but she's green instead of red. Next up, we have 4 Ace and Sabo and Luffy. This tri-character card is a 1-drop with 1,000 power and 2,000 counter, and he says, activate main. You may give one of your active Dawn cards to one of your leaders or character cards and trash this character. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power during this turn. I very rarely ever play this as a character, but there are circumstances where it is nice to have. Mostly it's in here as a 2K. I just like it a lot, and it's a very pretty looking card too. So, yeah. Next up, we have 4 Can You Still Fight Luffy? Of course. This is a 1-drop event with no counter, no power, obviously. And it says, counter. Up to one of your leaders or characters gains plus 3,000 power during this battle. Then, if you have Portgas.D.Ace and Monkey.D.Luffy characters with a 6,000 base power, draw a card. You need to have both Monkey.D.Luffy and Portgas.D.Ace. Without them, this is just a plus 3,000 counter, which is good. But if you have both, it is a draw card as well. It is a counter draw. So, it is a very good card. Yes, you have to have both. I've seen so many new players pick up this deck, and for some reason, no one knows how to fucking read cards. And so I have to correct them. And I feel bad correcting them. And I'm like, well, bro, you've already drawn the card. Anyway, long story. Yeah, it's a good card. Even without the draw, it's still a plus 3 for 1. So, yeah. Alright, moving on. Next up, we have 4 Moby Dick. Moby Dick is a 1-drop stage that says, on play, if your leader has the Whitebeard Pirates type, which Luffy and Ace does, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add one of them to your hand, then place the rest onto the bottom of your library in any order. It also says, activate main, trash this stage, give up to 1 rested Dawn to your leader or one of your characters. It is important to note, the card you add to your hand, you do not have to reveal to your opponent. That is very important. Alrighty, starting off the 2-drops, we have Sanji. Sanji is a 2-drop, obviously, with 3,000 power and 2,000 counter. We're running 4 of them, forgot to say that. He says, on play, select up to one of your Straw Hat crew type characters with 6,000 power or more. Then, when that character attacks this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker when that character attacks. So it's a very nice anti-blocker card. It's also a searchable 2K. It's just a very nice card all around. Next up, we have 4 Monkey.D.Luffy. Monkey.D.Luffy is a 3-drop with 3,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says, your turn. All of your green Straw Hat crew type characters with a base cost of 4 or more gain plus 1,000 power. He also says, once per turn, if your Straw Hat type character would be KO'd by your opponent's effect, you may rest one of your cards or one of your characters instead. So he's a little bit of an anti-removal card. He also buffs your green Straw Hats on your turn, the ones that cost 4 or more. He's a nice card. He's one of the cards that was a really big debate on whether or not I should run him. And I settled on yes, running him, because he is removal protection, because the protection is not color locked. Only the buff is. So he does protect your red Straw Hats as well, which I think is really nice. There's a bit of removal going around. I know the meta is very freeze heavy right now, but I mean, purple and L exists, so he is just a nice card to have. That's why I run him. I could see cutting it for something else, but I'm just not sure what you would cut it for. Yeah, let's move on to the 4s. Alrighty. Next up, we have a bit of a controversial card. I've been debating what ratios to run this in, or if to run it at all. My current list has 4. I might cut it down to 2 and replace it with 2 Electric Luna, but I haven't fully decided. There's also not a lot of good Luffys or Ace that are in this color. So he's just one of the Luffys that I could put in here. He is decent, don't get me wrong. Forcing your opponent to be off curve is nice. I don't know how necessary he is at a 4 of. So if you want, feel free to cut 2 for 2 Electric Luna. That's what I'm probably going to end up doing. Just haven't fully settled on that yet, or what ratios to fully put things in. Anyway, this is Monkey.D.Luffy. He's a 4-drop with 5,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says, your turn / on play. If your leader is multicolored, which ours is, and your opponent has 7 or less Dawn on their field, your opponent has to rest one of their active Dawn cards at the start of their next main phase. So basically just puts them off of 1 Dawn for the next turn. So if they're, let's say they're on 7, going into 9, it puts them back at 8. If they're on 5, going into 7, puts them back to 6. If, like, it just rests the card, so they're down a Dawn that turn. It's nice. It throws off curves. It makes people rethink their game plan, and anything you can do to throw your opponent off to help secure the win, the better. So yeah, that is Monkey.D.Luffy for you. Next up, we have 4 Robo Noah Zoro. Zoro is a 4-drop with 5,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says, on play, if your leader has the film or Straw Hat type, ours has the Straw Hat type, set up to 2 of your Dawn cards as active. Then at the end of your turn, set this character as active. So if he gets rested by attacking or an opponent's trigger, or like if you're playing in the Blackbeard or whatever, he untaps himself at the end of turn, which is really nice. The on play to untap 2 Dawn is also very nice. If you are on, what's the Dawn? See, let me do the math real quick. If you're on 7 or 8 Dawn, you play this, untap 2, you're still able to play one of your 5 drops, which is really nice. Or play the next 4 drop, which requires 5 Dawn to do its full effect. Or, you know, you can play the 4 drop Luffy or another Zoro and play Searchers or Green Luffy. It just opens it up a lot when you have extra Dawn. Worst comes to worst, you play it on 4, you get 2 more Dawn, you have a bigger swing, you can play Searchers. Yeah, this card's very versatile, and it's also very pretty looking. I like it a lot, and I think everyone should probably run it at a 4 of. It's just a good card. Next up, we have 4 Monkey.D.Luffy. Monkey.D.Luffy is a 4-drop with 6,000 power and no counter. He says, on play, you may rest one of your Dawn cards. This character gains Rush. When attacking, rest one of your opponent's blocker characters. This guy is insane. He's so good. He came in the structure deck. It's one of the only, like, 2 cards that we actually run from the structure deck other than the leader. And, yeah, he's a powerhouse. 4-drop, really 5, because you have to pay 5 to give him Rush. 5-drop with Rush, 6,000 power. That's pretty decent stats. That's what the next Luffy that I'm going to show is. And he rests anything with blocker. It doesn't have a cost restriction. The only restriction is the fact that it has to have blocker, which is so nice. There is another 4-drop Luffy, the winter promo and the promo from the release event of 16 is a 4-drop blocker. Rests like a 5 or less or a 6 or less or something. You can also run those if you don't want to get these or you don't want to run those 4 drops, but honestly don't like it. I don't like blockers, especially when your strategy is to go face first and just murder your opponent as fast as possible. But yeah, no, this card is necessary to 4 of. I like it a lot. It's super fun, and it always annoys your opponent. Also, if you are playing Goofy or Blue-Green Luffy, no, you cannot play this on 4, use your leader ability to untap 2, and then tap a Dawn to give this Rush. The tap a Dawn is on play. I did have to correct someone last night who tried to do that, and I was like, you cannot do that. Anyway, just want to say that to make sure everyone knows, in case you didn't know. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have 4 Monkey.D.Luffy. Monkey.D.Luffy is a 5-drop with 6,000 power and no counter. He has Rush. He also says, when attacking, give up to 1 of your rested Dawn cards to 1 of your characters or leaders. It can give the Dawn to itself to make it a 7 on attack. It can give it to your leader to make your leader swing for 7. It can give it to literally anything. It's very nice, versatile. It's aggro as hell. It punches face hard, and it doesn't ask questions. I love this card so freaking much. It's goated. When I played ST31 Luffy, which is getting upgrade soon, that deck was fully upgraded, so I transferred all the fully alted. So I transferred all the alts to this deck, and downgraded ST21. In fact, ST21 is taken apart right now until upgrades, because the deck's honestly bad right now, but it will be good with upgrades. Anyway, sidetracked. This card's great. It was great in that deck. It's good in any deck. It's not leader locked, so if your deck cares about giving Dawn or likes Dawn manipulation, it's just a very good card. Next up, we have 4 Portgas.D.Ace. Portgas.D.Ace is a 5-drop with 6,000 power and 1,000 counter. He says, if your leader has the type including Whitebeard Pirates, which ours does, this character gains Rush. He also says, opponent's turn. If this character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may give this card minus 2,000 power during this turn instead. It protects itself. It's great. It's fantastic. Love it to death. It also has Rush, which is huge, and counter, which the other 5-drop that we have in here, and the previous 4-drop, which is basically a 5-drop, doesn't have counter. There are a few bricks in this deck, and so it's nice to have a 5-drop that isn't a brick. It also helps proc the draw card on the 1-drop event, so it's pretty huge. The final card that we run in the deck is 2 copies of Portgas.D.Ace. He is a 5-drop with 5,000 power and 2,000 counter. He says on play, if you have 2 or more rested characters, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. He's pretty dope. I like him a lot. He's a 2K. He's searchable through Moby Dick. I don't know, he's decently statted, I guess. 5 for 5 isn't bad. He also rests stuff if you need that. Maybe your opponent's down to 1 blocker left and you need to rest it and it's a 5 or less. So you play this card after swinging and you're able to block it. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. There's also not a lot of good ace cards in general. There is the new 5-drop ace searcher that you could run. If you don't want to run this ace at all, you could also do or have a second ace in here at all. You want another Straw Hat. There's the new Luffy that makes itself cost like 4, or makes it cost 2. That just came out as well. There's a few replacements for cards in this deck, but I don't know. I like my list. It's fun, and it also gives you 2 extra 2Ks if you run this, which we're kind of strapped for 2Ks. We only have, let's see, 4, 8. Yeah, we only have 10 2Ks. So, I mean, try to fit in the 2Ks where you can, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Alrighty, and that was Luffy and Ace, my fully altered list. Well, except for these, because I cannot find my pre-release versions anywhere, and I haven't bought more. But I do for sure have a playset of pre-release versions. I just have no idea where they are. They're with my taken apart limb deck somewhere, with the remnants of that. So I just need to find them. But they do exist. I will go on a journey at some point to find them. But yeah, here's the list. I think it's fun. It's a rather unique list. Not a lot of people are on this version of the deck. I've sat with a lot of different Luffy Ace players recently, and every single deck looks a little bit different, but mine was like the most different. A lot of people are actually running cards from the structure deck, unlike me where I'm only running 2. Yeah, they're running like Crocs and all sorts of wild shit. But like, why not just play Straw Hats, man? Straw Hats are fun. And you know, you do got a couple of aces in there. I mean, literally only 1 ace procs your event, so trying to get that one with your searches with Moby Dicks. Otherwise, that card's never going to draw a card. There's literally not another good ace for 5 that has 6,000 power. And I know you're like, didn't one just come out? There's a couple of aces now. I just don't like them. And I also like having the 2K. The 2K is so nice. I mean, I guess I could run the... Anyway, let me know the changes that you would like me to make, or that you personally make with the deck. Obviously, everyone's deck is their own. Don't just full-on copy-paste a list. Just find a list that works with you and make tweaks. Play test it on the sim first, obviously. I've been telling a lot of new players this recently because they're like, oh, I just copied the best deck, or the best version of the deck, the one that this guy went undefeated. Well, yeah, of course the guy went undefeated. He's play tested the deck a lot. He's learned the deck. He's learned the ins and outs of every deck. And it's the same for every single deck. You have to know the deck before you like build it. Otherwise, you may not enjoy it, or you may get disappointed because you're not as good as the really good player. Like if you're playing League of Legends and you're like, I saw T1 Faker pick up a Kali and go 20-0 in a game. Now I'm going to pick up a Kali, and then you want to quit the game after you're 0-12. It's like, yeah, of course you went 0-12. You've never played a Kali before in comp. Sorry, a little bit too specific. Anyway, yeah, just if you don't like the list, don't run the list. This is just what I'm running, and I think it's a lot of fun. With all of that being said, I'm going to end off a little bit differently than normal. So, answer this question down in the comments below. Do you wipe or do you let it crust? Alrighty guys, that's been me, Anok from Anok Gaming, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever and whenever you're watching this. Please spread love and be kind. Feel free to click the link down below if you want to help support me financially. If you don't, just do all the social media stuff. I love you all. Please spread love and be kind. Peace. Bye-bye.